assisted living. Thank you.
Pleased to be joined on Pioneers pregame live.
Live from historic Dunn Field, it's once again time for Elmira Pioneers baseball as we get you set for the nightcap between the Newark Pilots and the Elmira Pioneers. Good evening, everybody. I'm Farrell Hudson, pleased to be joining you on this beautiful Saturday night in Elmira, New York. The Pioneers come in red hot. They're 9-5. They've won their last 2 ball games, 3 wins in a row now as they get set to take on Newark. And entering today, you've got a couple integral contributors to the lineup, one being Jacob Moniz, who's been absolutely fantastic in his last couple games, has reached base safely in 5 of 8 plate appearances. The middle infielder will be paired up the middle tonight with the shortstop Aiden Grabowski. I got to speak to both of them pregame. First, let's take a look at my conversation a little bit earlier with Jacob Moniz.
Pleased to be joined on Pioneers pregame live by Pio's second baseman Jacob Moniz, and you've reached base in 5 of your last 8 plate appearances, Jacob, registering 3 line drive singles. What's changed in your offensive approach as we further along into the season?
Just got to see the ball. It's all about seeing the ball. You got to turn the page. I was talking about that with the coaches the other night. I mean, you get out and it's a game of baseball, so you got to turn the page, go to the next at bat, see the ball, and swing the bat. That's all it's about.
You said the 3 words there: see the ball. What's the difference between seeing the ball and just having another at bat?
It comes down to an approach. So if you're just going to have another at bat, you kind of just up there going about it lazy, and you're not really. I mean, they say not to think, but it's a game of baseball, so. Kind of have to think a little. You're going to go in there, you're just going to think about seeing that ball, and you're just going to see it hit the bat, and it's kind of like playing catch. That's all it's about.
As a guy who maybe thinks a little bit, is that a little bit tough sometimes, managing the balance between thinking and getting in the box and saying, well, hey, I just have to swing the bat too?
I'd say yes and no. So you got to think to be a good hitter, and it's. I know they say not to, but there's 2 differences. You can think bad and you can think good. I mean, I'm up there thinking like I'm the guy. I'm gonna get the hit. I'm gonna be the guy with the big knock. I'm not up there thinking, oh, dude, you got to hit this pitch, or this pitch is coming here and this pitch is coming there. You just got to really have the confidence. That's more of the thinking. You're up there thinking about this white ball is coming at me and I'm gonna hit it.
And big knocks you've had indeed. You've also consistently gotten time at the second base position, made some great defensive plays. What do you attribute to your latest success on both the offensive and defensive side?
I mean, my guys are out here all day. We have a game at 4 today. We had guys show up at 10:30, 11 o'clock. We're out here grinding. We're just trying to get wins and trying to get the league win. That's all it is.
It's been notable you've worked several quality at-bats, drawing walks, finding ways to reach base. How critical of a role, like you mentioned, does the mental approach play in that, if at any, or at that point, is it just become down to a physical dogfight?
I mean, for me, it's huge. That's the way I play the game. I'm not a big homer guy, so for me, being in there and really fighting in the at-bat, it is mental. You got to be in there and know what's coming next, or pick a zone to swing at, and I think it helps out just being a singles guy, I could say. I'm not a big homer guy, so it helps me out a lot.
This is a Pioneers team red hot offensively. You guys have scored 27 runs in your last 3 ball games. What's allowed for you guys to find such continuous success at the plate?
Again, it comes with the confidence, and it comes with the guys being here early. It comes with the hard work. We can't just show up, think we're going to win the game. I mean, we play a lot of good teams, play a lot of good arms, but we have the confidence to go against that. So just putting in the hard work, we're going to be out there working hard, and we're going to show up to the field and knowing we're going to win that game and knowing we're going to compete at the plate. I know those guys at the other side, they're going to compete too, but I think we just have a higher compete level, and it's not just summer ball for us. We want to win. We want to win the championship.
I want to now talk on a personal level for you for a couple of moments. You begin your career at UMass Dartmouth. Now you're at Rhode Island College. What's the transition been like? What are some of the benefits and challenges, and why is now playing at Rhode Island College working for you?
There's been a lot of challenges along the way. I mean, it's good. I think I can learn a lot from it. I think that I took a lot from what happened at UMass Dartmouth. Great place, great spot, have nothing bad to say. Just things didn't work out. And I think I learned a lot mentally. I mean, physically, yeah, I feel like the physical side, that's all on you. So you got to work hard, you got to do that. But mentally, it really prepared me to get to the next level. I mean, I didn't think I was going to be in this league this year. And I mean, I got an opportunity, and I'm at Rhode Island College. The coach gave me an opportunity. I walked on there, and the coach took me in. He just let me ride, and he let me play ball, and that's all it's about. Coach Drum here, let me play ball, let me get my opportunities. It's all it's about. You just gotta, it's all mental, really. This game's all mental, and you really just gotta work hard. It taught me a lot of lessons. Now I'm at Rhode Island College, and hopefully you win a championship there too.
What has Coach Drum and the entire Pioneers coaching staff meant to you so far this season?
I mean, again, like I said before, they're just giving me opportunity. They trust in everyone. They wouldn't just have these guys here on the team. They're allowing everyone to get opportunities, and they're giving me opportunities to play ball. I mean, you got to be out there smiling, laughing, and they let me do that. They let me play free. They let me honestly just vibe out and play the game. That's really how I like to play the game, is smile and have a good time.
Sam Watts now joins you on the Pioneers. You traveled to pick him up last week. What kind of contribution can Sam provide to this squad as we further along this season?
Great glue guy. I'll start there. Huge glue guy. Loves being at the yard. That's one of the guys that's out here at 10 a.m. hitting us ground balls. But besides that, on the field, he'll come in there. He's going to throw strikes. He's going to compete, and he wants to win games.
Jacob, awesome. Thanks for your time, and best of luck today.
Thanks, Fred. I appreciate it.
So that's Jacob Moniz talking earlier, and one of the other guys, too. He had 2 doubles, a sac fly, came around to score in the game against Geneva. The 3-2 win on Thursday was Aiden Grabowski. He followed it up with another great day of his own in yesterday afternoon's ball game, a 13-9 win over these very same Newark Pilots, where Grabowski reached base in 4 of 5 plate appearances. Earlier, I had the chance to speak to Aiden Grabowski as well.
I'm pleased to be joined on Pioneers Live pregame by the Pio shortstop, Aiden Grabowski. Aiden, a 3-for-4 day for you yesterday. You reached base in 4 of 5 plate appearances. What was working so well for you?
I was just hunting the pitch out over the plate. I feel like in the past couple of games, I was hitting the pitcher's pitch. I was swinging at the pitch that's like maybe a ball, maybe a strike, and just not something you wanna swing at early in the count. And that was getting me in trouble. And I narrowed it down to what I wanted and caught the ball out in front, stayed up the middle, and I think it really worked well for me.
2 doubles, 2 for 4 with an RBI sac fly in Thursday night's win against Geneva. How important was it for you to build momentum in your physical performance yesterday after Thursday's strong showing?
I mean, that was awesome. We had a rain delay after the first couple of innings that day, and my first at-bat, I was a little excited, still got it done, got a sac fly, and then second at-bat, I just started saying a little short prayer before my at-bat, and I really feel like that helped me in the past 2 games find that peace and have that presence at the plate.
While we're on the topic of Thursday night's game, you spoke about the rain delay. Brendan Hayes came back out, had a phenomenal outing. What were you seeing from him that made him so effective on Thursday night?
That was awesome out of Brendan. He was filling it up, especially early, and keeping them off balance. Had a lot of first pitch breakers that they were just watching, and getting up early is huge for defense especially, and it just keeps the game rolling. And it's huge when you can get ahead consistently on the batters.
Conversely, Owen Hoyt yesterday, another really solid showing. 3 2/3 innings, gives up only an earned run, strikes out 4. What did you like that you saw from him from behind the mound?
Hoyt was awesome too. He filled it up. Not many free bases. They only scored 1 off of them, and it was late, and that really kept us in the game because we weren't scoring early. We had hits. We just were rolling into a couple double plays. A couple unfortunate things happened, but he kept us there, and we were in it late, and we struck late and took it there.
Back to you for a moment. What were some of the adjustments you made mentally or physically to help get you out of what was a bit of a tough stretch there after a really good start?
I feel like it was just I got a little over-aggressive. I'd been aggressive in the beginning of the year, and it worked out for me. And then I started, as I said, swinging at the pitcher's pitch, and that started hurting me, and I had to dial it back a little bit and be aggressive under control, and I feel like that's really helped me.
I want to go to the 7th inning yesterday. You steal 2 bases, then you try and steal home. What was the thought process behind that, and what was your confidence level like at the end of yesterday's game?
Well, I've done it before. I was still home before, and I talked to the drummer, said I thought I could get this guy because it was a lefty with a slow pause on his delivery, and he wasn't paying attention. I should have waited till 2 strikes. That's what we'll do next time, but I thought I could get him, and I thought it was a good spot to do it and get the boys going. It didn't work out, but we'll get him next time.
Does it excite you to get another start against a Newark team yesterday in which you became familiar with in yesterday's game, going up against them once again tonight?
For sure. I mean, we're on a 2-game heater now, and we can make it a 4, which would be huge to keep momentum going and maybe even be in first place after today.
Yeah, overall, we're witnessing a collective buy-in from you guys, standing as the hottest team in the PGCBL West Division, picking up wins in 8 of your last 10. What, in your eye, has made the biggest difference to these winning efforts?
I think the boys are just bonding more as the summer goes on, get to know each other more, and feel out how we are in the field together, and everyone's just doing jobs at the plate, so it's been huge for us.
Aiden, thanks for your time. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
So bonding, presence of mind at the plate, the piece given to him. So a bunch of great sentiments shared there, as always, by Aiden Grabowski. Also want to thank Jacob Moniz for his contributions, too. That'll do it for a brief version of Pioneers Live pregame. We'll throw it to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have lineups, first pitch national anthems in baseball on tap here from Dunn Field. It's the Elmira Pioneers and the Newark Pilots. Welcome back to Dunn Field. The Pioneers have taken the field behind their starting pitcher. It's the right-hander Michael Geisler making the start for Elmira tonight as the Pios get set to hopefully make it 4 in a row and 3 in a row here on their home diamond. Once again, good evening, everybody. I'm Farrell Hudson for the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Glad you could join us here on this warm Saturday evening. Pioneers have taken the field behind their starting pitcher, Michael Geisler. We'll get to Geisler in a moment. First, the Newark Pilots batting order starts with Paulie Goodness in center field. He'll lead things off. Cooper Loyals, the shortstop, he'll bat second. Noah Brooks, the DH, will bat third. Christian Butera in the cleanup role. He'll man third base. Casey Wensley in right field will bat fifth. Nick DiGiacomo, the extra hitter, will bat sixth. Alex Wooten at first base will bat seventh. Anthony Hector is the second baseman. He'll bat eighth. Parker Zeiser doing the catching will bat ninth. And Luis Boussard is the left fielder. He'll bat 10th. Michael Geisler taking his warm-up tosses for the Pioneers. On the season for Mike, a 1.8 ERA, 1-0 record across one start. It came against these very same Newark Pilots. He pitched 5 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts, pitching to an opposing .250 batting average on the season. So Goodness is ready to step in. Pioneers won the opener, a game originally on June 5th. That was continued today. Pioneers won it 5-4, just by a hair. Nolan Terwilliger, fantastic in his relief outing again. So shadows start to creep in here on this warm Saturday evening in Elmira. Glad you could join us. 15th ball game of the season for the Pioneers, and they're looking to go a perfect 66% would be their 10th win, 15 games. Geisler is ready. He rocks from the right side of the rubber in a high fly ball to shallow right center field. Retreating out as the second baseman O'Neill. The call on the catch for out number 1. So O'Neill, a long pop-up. Shallow second base. Start time 6:36 p.m. on this 83-degree evening in Elmira, New York. It's the right-handed hitting Cooper Loyal, shortstop in tonight's ball game for Newark. Righty on righty matchup just underway, 1 out here in the top of the first. Geisler sets and fires from the right side of the rubber. The fastball is low and inside, 1-0 the count. Loyal smacks it out of the extended reach of Grabowski into left field for a base hit. So a valiant dive and effort and attempts to stab it on the backhand for Grabowski. He's unable to, so 3 pitches, and with 1 out, a runner on first base as Loyal singles into left field. It'll be Noah Brooks, the DH, next up to the plate. With Loyal, a medium-sized lead off at first. First pitch from Geisler is fouled back. 0-1. Brooks appeared in the remainder of that continuation game. In the top of the 6th inning today, an RBI single, a walk in the top of the 8th. He bats from the right side here, 0-1 the count with 1 out. Loyal extends his lead off at first, the breaking ball at the top of the zone, just missing above the letters to Brooks, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Geisler has been a steady force for the Pioneers so far. The right-hander out of Northern Essex Community College, teammates with Larson Birch, former college teammates, should I say, with Cooper Smith. Reunited as teammates here as Smith gets the start in left field. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Geisler comes set, right side of the rubber. Offers next pitch. Outside. Throw down to second base from Grimesti's late, a stolen base for Loyal. So a hit in the inning, and Loyal advances now into scoring position. 2-1 the count with 1 out. Pioneers left to right in the outfield. Cooper Smith in left, Dylan Fatovich in center. TJ Grimesti is in right. Left to right in the infield, Simmons at third, Grabowski at shortstop, O'Neill at second, Brooks Hickens over at first. 3 looks at Loyal, who extends his lead off a second, and the 2-1 fastball is low and inside. Missing just south of the knees. 3-1 the count to the 3-hitter Noah Brooks. Pioneers had 2 rainouts, rather 3, which have forced 3 doubleheaders in the early going. Already 40% of the Pioneers' ball games have been doubleheaders, 20% of game days. A real busy start for them in that category. That's a 5-pitch walk to Noah Brooks. He's on first with 1 out. In the top of the first inning, it'll bring up the righty swinging third baseman Christian Butera in the cleanup role tonight. Butera, a team-leading .504 slugging percentage in his freshman season at Brown University. He's got 2 on a platter for him. Loyal in scoring position is off a second. Brooks is off first. And the first offering from Geisler to the right-handed hitting sophomore is a fastball that misses high and away for ball 1. Geisler working out of the stretch position. Outfield's at medium depth. Middle infield's at their regular double play depth. 1-0 the count with 1 out. The breaking ball spun in the dirt. Grimesti had to play it on a bounce to the backhand side. Nice stop. Or check that, Manganiello, excuse me. So it's Anthony Manganiello getting the start behind the plate tonight. TJ Grimesti is in right field. Geisler, spin and attempt to pick. Loyal gets back to the second base bag. 2-0 the count with 1 out. Top of the first inning, no score. Newark looking to strike with first blood. Geisler kicks and fires in a ground ball left side of the infield. Simmons cuts over. Feeds O'Neill second. That's all they're going to get. The play goes 5-4. A nice play to the forehand side, showing his range is John Simmons for out number 2. So Brooks is white. Butera reaches. Loyal will be off a third. Will go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice. 2 outs and runners on the corners. Still no score. Top of the first. Geisler at 11 pitches, looking to complete the rest of the first inning unscathed. It'll be the left-handed hitting Casey Wensley, Newark right fielder in the 5-hole tonight. We'll look to see if Brooks takes off, or check that, Butera takes off for second. First offering's fouled. Third base side out of play by Wensley, 0-1. Pioneers beat the Pilots 13-9 at Colburn Park yesterday, and a 5-4 victory earlier today. So 2 close ball games, probably made closer than they should have been. Pioneers relief pitching still yet to find their collective groove in total. 0-1, fastball misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Righty on lefty matchup. 1-1. This one grounded to Grabowski. The backhand side at shortstop fields. O'Neill at second, just in time for the final out at the top of the first inning. So the play goes 6-4, and the side is retired. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 runners stranded on base. We played half an inning, no score here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Elmira as we get you set for the home half of the first inning. Pioneers and Pilots, no score. Here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network, I'm Farrell Hudson. Thank you for joining part of your Saturday evening with us as Calvin Burkholder has taken the mound. A notable improvement in his sophomore season at Oberlin College began in his freshman year in 2024 with a 3-3 record, 6 ERA across 7 starts, 52 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, 17 extra base hits. In 2025, pitched to a 5-3 record, sub-4 ERA at 3.91 across 9 starts, 2 complete games, 53 innings pitched with 41 strikeouts, surrendering only 13 extra base hits. One of the guys looking to change those statistical fortunes is Aiden Grabowski. He'll lead off for the Pioneers in the bottom of the first. Righty hitting shortstop, followed by TJ Gurmesti in right field tonight, and John Simmons at third. The rest of the Pioneers line up middle third, Manganiello, Smith, and Martineau, Wagner, Hicken, O'Neill, and Fatovich, the 7 through 10. First offering from Burkholder to Grabowski is a ball high and in tight. 1-0 the count. Mikey Geisler with a 14-pitch top half of the first, as missing inside for ball 2 is Burkholder. For those who missed Aiden Grabowski's interview on Pioneers Pregame Live, you can catch it on the Elmira Pioneers YouTube channel under the videos segment. Grabowski taking a called strike. So 2-1 the count with nobody out. Righty on righty matchup. The breaking ball fouled back from Grabowski. 2-2 the count. Breaking ball lined into left center field. That's a base hit for Grabowski. Cutting over in the gap is Boussard. He'll fire it quickly back in, holding Aiden to a leadoff single. But the Pioneers keep the offensive momentum rolling, specifically in Grabowski, who reaches base again, and that'll bring up TJ Gurmesti to the plate. So it'll be a righty on righty matchup with nobody out. 5 pitches into Burkholder's evening. Grabowski a short lead off of first, with Wooten holding him on. First offering to Gurmesti is a breaking ball. TJ takes at the knees for a called strike 1. Gurmesti batting .450 across 13 games, 18 hits. Team leader in that category. Ahead of Aiden Grabowski, who's advancing his lead off of first, trying to get his timing straight. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball misses low and away. And the difference between the number 1 and number 2 hitter on the Pioneers is astounding. 18 hits for Gramesti, 10 for Grabowski. As Grabowski was leaning, the snap throw back to first. Aiden just gets back in time. Grabowski and the Pioneers having to be careful as Aiden was leaning about 12 to 15 feet off the first base bag. And he had to take 2 steps and a dive back in just by half a second, beating it. Gramesti puts a charge into one, deep to right center field. On the run is goodness, he can't get there. Wensley cuts the ball off in the gap. It's going to be a double for Gramesti. Coasting into third base is Grabowski, and the Pios have runners on second and third with nobody out. So 2 quick hits in the bottom of the first inning. That sets up John Simmons to come to the plate. Simmons batting .321, 5 extra base hits, and 2 RBIs through his opening 10 ball games in the soaring capital of the world. 2 runners in scoring position for Simmons. With nobody out, corners are in. Middle infield will play for the out and surrender the run. First offering from the right-hander Burkholder is a backdoor breaking ball. Catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Newark with a hit in the top of the first. Pioneers still haven't recorded an out in the home half of the first, and they have 2 hits. Simmons a high pop. Left side of the infield. Ranging back is the shortstop Loyal. In comes the left fielder Boussard. Loyal the call on the catch to retire Simmons on the lazy pop fly to the left side. 1 out in the bottom of the first. So here comes Anthony Manganiello to the plate. Manganiello's done damage with runners in scoring position, specifically in the bottom of the first inning. Had the 3-run double against the Auburn Double Days on Wednesday night. He digs in from the left side, batting .333 on the season. First offering, Manganiello puts a charge into one. Deep left center field, cutting over in the gap is goodness. He'll make the catch. Grabowski tags. He'll come to the plate. The throw comes into Loyal. It's a sac fly off the bat of Manganiello, and the Pios lead 1-0. So a productive out for the Pioneers as they take a 1-run lead. 2 outs in the home half of the first, and that'll bring up Cooper Smith. Smith to dig in from the right side against the righty Burkholder with 2 outs, and the breaking ball misses low and away. Want to know the count. Cooper, the native of Eden Prairie, Minnesota, having himself a great season as usual. His 4th in a Pioneers uniform, 8 games played. 9 hits, 6 RBIs. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Burkholder deals, and Smith lines it into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Gramesti comes in to score on the RBI single from Smith. Elmira ahead by 2. So a nice piece of hitting by Smith. He goes to the opposite field. Drives in his 7th RBI of the season in his 9th ball game. And Elmira's already ahead 2-0. Against the righty Calvin Burkholder here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up the 6th hitter in the Pios lineup in Ty Martineau. First pitch to Ty is a fastball at the knees, taken for a called strike. Martineau, no stranger to success in the early going in a Pioneers uniform, already batting .304. 7 hits, an RBI. He scored 2 runs. Snap throw back to first to check on Smith. Cooper gets back in time. Burkholder comes set left side of the rubbers. Smith medium-sized lead off at first, and Cooper takes off. Bunt by by Martineau, the Flagler College product, shall I say. Throw to second base, not in time. Smith gets in safely. And it's a called strike to Martineau as Ty didn't pull the bat back in enough time. But Smith's in scoring position now. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. with the Pios bringing home 2 in the inning. Oh-2, fastball misses inside. Good take by Martineau. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. One, 2, Burkholder deals a swing and a miss. Martineau's retired for out number 3. But in the inning for Elmira, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They strand 2 runners on base. Let's take it to the second. Pios ahead 2-0 on the Pioneers Baseball Network. The Pioneers lead 2-0 as we enter the top half of the second inning. Michael Geisler, 14 pitches. Cooper Loyal was surrendered, or rather stranded on base after the single in the top of the first. A breaking ball over the inside corner, taken for a called strike 1 from Nick DiGiacomo, the extra hitter. DiGiacomo, the native out of Newtown, Pennsylvania, takes a fastball low and away. 1-1 the count. Giacomo, a 2-year starter, serving as team captain at Council Rock North High School. 1-1. Fastball misses low and away from Geisler. Mike, very similar to Nolan Terwilliger in earlier's ball game, getting ahead with the breaking ball and finding great success with it. At least in the top of the first inning, he'll look to replicate that success here in the second. Misses down and in. Looks like a changeup from Mike. 3-1 the count. DiGiacomo batting .286 on the season as he fouls back the inner third fastball from Geisler. It's a full count with nobody out. No runs on 1 hit and no errors for Newark. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors for the Pioneers. Righty on righty matchup. Payoff pitch on the way from Geisler to DiGiacomo, and the breaking ball fouled off. First base side out of play. Newark 7-4-1 overall, 3-2 on the road. Pioneers will look to even up their road record tonight. Condensed 7-inning ball game. Swing and a miss, high fastball. DiGiacomo chases through it, and that's out number 1 in the second. So with the bases empty and 1 out, Alex Wooten, the first baseman, will step to the dish. Wooten, a local native for the Newark Pilots out of Palmyra Macedon High School. Wooten batting 176 on the season, struggling to find his footing. Only a .300 on-base percentage for him as he takes the fastball low and away. Want to know the count. 1-0. Popped up. At first base, Brooks Hicken comes in near the Pioneers' dugout, makes a nice running grab. And the home plate umpire confirms it was on the transfer. What a play by Hicken for out number 2. So 2 outs and a 2-run lead for Elmira in the visitors' half of the second inning. And that'll bring up Anthony Hector from the left side. Hector played last summer in the Southern Florida Collegiate League. Currently at Cerro Coso Community College, formerly played here in New York State at Herkimer College in the NJCAA Division, Region 3. Breaking ball just misses low and away. Geisler wanted the outside corner. Want to know the count. Geisler gets back with a breaking ball at the knees, called strike 1 to Hector. One on one the count with 2 outs and the bases empty. Fastball high and away. It'll be a 2-1 with 2 outs. Geisler comes set, rocks from the right side of the rubber. Wanted the fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Didn't get it. Manganiello, a brief conversation asking where that was. 3-1 the count. Geisler deals and the breaking ball inside. Mike's second free pass of the ball game as Hector draws a walk. So he'll be off of first base with 2 outs, and it'll bring up Parker Zeiser, the catcher. Zeiser came over from the Geneva Red Wings. An attendee of Monroe Community College, digs in from the right side against Geisler. With 2 outs, and the Pios ahead by 2. Mike sets in, rocks. The breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Oh, 1 with 2 outs, a swing and a miss. Breaking ball over the outer third as Zeiser chases through it. Geisler a pitch away from getting his ender. 0-2, Geisler deals and the breaking ball off the plate. Good waste pitch with a 0-2 count. So it goes to 1-2. A hit through an inning and 2/3 for the Pilots. It came off the bat of the righty hitting shortstop Cooper Loyal in the 2-hole this evening. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Geisler comes set and fires a high fly ball into left field. It'll hang up for Cooper Smith. Cuts over a couple steps to his left and puts it away for the final out of the second inning. In the inning for Newark, no runs and a hit, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We've played an inning and a half. Pios ahead 2-0 here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Carl Wagner to lead off against Calvin Burkholder. And Carl takes the breaking ball over the inside corner for a called strike one. 2 runs on 3 hits in the home half of the first inning for the Pios. As the breaking ball misses low and away. 1-1 the count. Fastball fouled back by Wagner. 1-2. It'll be Wagner followed by Brooks Hicken and Liam O'Neill here in the home half of the second, with Elmira ahead by 2. Burkholder sets and fires a swing and a miss. Wagner's caught chasing the breaking ball over the outside corner. He's down for out number 1. Second strikeout in an inning and a third for Calvin Burkholder. So that'll bring up Brooks Hicken to the plate. Hicken batting .211 on the season across 5 starts. In 19 plate appearances, 4 hits, an extra base hit, and 2 runs scored. He bats with the bases empty, 1 out. Righty on lefty matchup, and a cut and a miss into the glove of the catcher, Zeiser, 1-1. One with 1 out. Fastball misses low and away, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both pitches that Hicken has swung on and missed in the at-bat at the letters. As the fastball misses high and away, Hicken works a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. Hicken's down for out number 2. So that'll bring up Liam O'Neill. O'Neill 0 for 2 in the continuation game earlier today. A ground ball to first and a fly ball to center. He bats from the right side with 2 outs and the bases empty. Pioneers ahead 2-0. Burkholder sets and rocks from the left side of the rubber. Breaking ball catches the inner third for a called strike one. Pioneers leading Newark in the hit category as well, 3-1, as O'Neill knobs it off the end of the bat foul. Inner third fastball. Good 2-seam cut, ran in on O'Neill's wood. So 0-2 the count. Looking to complete a scoreless inning of work is Calvin Burkholder. Sets and fires. Breaking ball off the plate, 1-2. One-two with 2 outs. And the fastball misses low and into O'Neill. 2-2 the count. Burkholder fires in the dirt. 2 consecutive full counts worked. First Hicken and now O'Neill. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Burkholder comes set left side of the rubber, winds and fires. O'Neill a swing and a miss, and striking out the side in order in the bottom of the second is Calvin Burkholder. No runs and no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Pioneers lead by 2 as we take it to the third here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers are ahead 3-0 as we enter, or 2-0, excuse me, as we enter the top of the third inning. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors for the Pios. No runs on 1 hit and no errors for Newark. It'll be the 10-1-2 in the Pilots order due up against the righty Geisler here in the top of the third. First starting with Louis Broussard, followed by Paulie Goodness and Cooper Loyal. Righty and lefty matchup as Broussard digs in. Geisler sets and fires from the right side of the rubber, and the breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Geisler working quickly out of the windup, sets and fires, and a chopper. In comes O'Neill at second base. Fields it, underhand flip to Hicken at first. A nice play made by O'Neill. That's out number 1, the top of the third. So Liam O'Neill showing the range defensively, prances in about 40 feet from playing deep on the lip of the outfield grass at the second base position. Ranges in, and off balance makes a beautiful underhanded toss to Brooks Hicken for the first out. So with 1 out and the base is empty, back to the top of the batting order, and a slow dribbler foul down the third base line from the right-handed hitting center fielder Paulie Goodness, 0 for 1 of the ball game. With a pop up to second, his first time up. Oh, 1 from Geisler, and it drills Goodness in the back. High fastball from Mike ran in too tight as he checks on Goodness on his way down to first base. So with 1 out in the top of the third, Goodness will be on first, and it'll be Cooper Loyal, the shortstop, to step to the dish. Loyal digs in from the right side. Righty on righty matchup with Geisler with 1 out. Pioneers ahead 2 in the top of the third. Geisler comes set right side of the rubber. A medium-sized lead for Goodness off of first, and he takes off. Fastball low and away. Throw down to second for Manganiello. Just not in time. Beating it by about half a step was Loyal. Goodness, excuse me, as he slides in. Ahead of the tag. Well applied by O'Neill, but just a second late. So Goodness advances into scoring position with 1 out. A 1-0 count. From Geisler to Loyal. Geisler sets and fires. Breaking ball inside. 2-0 the count. Mike spin and turn back to the second base bag. Goodness barely a lead off, but Geisler just taking a look over there to be sure. It'll be a 2-0 with 1 out. Geisler fires, line down the right field line, foul out of play. So 2-1 the count with 1 out, top of the third. Runner in scoring position in Paulie Goodness. Pioneers scored both their runs in the bottom of the first inning. For Elmira, it'll be the 10-1-2 to step to the plate in the bottom of the third. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Geisler gets Loyal to chase through that. 2-2. A nasty sweeper over the outside corner exhibited by the Pioneers right-hander. 2-2 the count with 1 out. As Geisler comes set right side of the rubber, 2 looks at Goodness off of second base. 2-2 to Loyal. Fastball lined into right field for a base hit. Goodness is going to round third. He's going to come to the plate and score. Grimesti fields it in right field. Now bobbles it. Loyal's going to make the turn and head to second as a result. An RBI single, an E9 on the play on Grimesti as Goodness comes to the plate, and it's now a 1-run ball game. So in the inning, a run on a hit and an error as Loyal Now the tying run advances into scoring position. He's off a second with 1 out. Pioneers now lead 2-1. Manganiello out to have a brief conversation with his right-handed pitcher in Geisler. Geisler comes set. He deals with the catcher, Noah Brooks. Righty on righty matchup. Fastball on the inside corner, called strike 1. Pioneers lead 2-1. Here in the top of the third. 7 outs into Michael Geisler's outing. A 1 from Geisler to the right-handed hitting Noah Brooks. Almost clipped him. Inside fastball. Geisler misses at the hips. 1-1. Brooks a walk in the top of the first. He was nabbed on a 5-4 fielder's choice off the bat of Christian Butera. The man who patiently awaits on deck now for the Pilots. 1-1 fastball. Catches the outside corner for a called strike 2. Letter I well executed. Manganiello a good frame job to sell the call. And Geisler's a pitch away from getting his ender against Brooks. Loyal a short lead off his second. With 1 out, Elmira preserving the 1-run advantage. O'Neill watches him up the middle. 2 looks from Geisler and fires. Breaking ball in the dirt. Check swing from Brooks. Did he go around? No confirmation with the field umpire. Finally says no swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A run on 2 hits and no errors for the Pilots. 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error for the Pioneers. Two with 1 out, and it's grounded to second base. Liam O'Neill, a few steps to his left, fields and throws to first in time for out number 2. Loyal advances to third in the process. So 2 outs in the inning, but the tying run 90 feet away, and stepping to the plate is Butera, who grounded into a 5-4 fielder's choice in the top of the first. Hit a Baltimore chop in between the third and second base bag. That Simmons cleanly fielded, made an off-balance throw to Liam O'Neill, who just barely held the bag in time to beat a very speedy Brooks, who was just retired on the 4-3 put out there. Righty on righty matchup, kicking and firing to Butera as Geisler for ball 1. Fastball missing low and away. It seems as if Mike sometimes gets very excited with getting ahead with some of those fastballs. We've seen him be so repetitive with off speed. Then he gets a chance to fire the fastball. Does a lot of animation and velocity, and a great stop there by Manganiello. All 4 Pioneers catchers between Manganiello, Downbeck, Gромesti, and Wagner doing their part in salvaging a lot of Pioneers leads and preserving runs on many instances, not just the games in which the Pioneers are winning. The solid defensive play and work rapport established between the battery has been so critical for the Pios so far this season. 2-0 from Geisler to Butera with 2 outs, and the fastball misses low and away. 3 balls and no strikes the count. (3-0) from Geisler to Butera. At the knees, taken for a called strike 1. Geisler going all fastballs against the righty hitting third baseman in the cleanup role tonight for Newark, who trail by a run. Top of the third. Pioneers looking to get out of the inning with the lead. Check swing by Butera. Didn't go around, and now coming to the plate is Loyal. The throw is not in time as Loyal dives in ahead of the tag from Geisler. So the Pioneers slightly caught napping as the ball trickled away from the catcher Manganiello towards the Pioneers dugout. So a run comes in to score on the pass ball. That's Loyal. The ball game's tied up at 2, and Butera is now off of first base. 3 walks issued by Michael Geisler through 2 2/3 innings of work. Geisler will face the lefty hitting right fielder Casey Wensley, who stands in with 2 outs. As he hits one hard on the ground to shortstop, Grabowski backs up to his forehand side, underhand flip to O'Neill at second in time to end the top of the 3rd. But in the inning, 2 runs and a hit, 1 error, and a runner stranded on base. We'll take it to the bottom half, all tied up at 2 here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunn Field in Elmira on a beautiful Saturday evening. I'm Farrell Hudson for the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Dylan Fanovich stands in from the left-handed batter's box for the Pioneers. Takes ball 1 from Calvin Burkholder. It'll be Fanovich followed by Grabowski and Grimesti. You're in the home half of the 3rd for the Pios, who have some work to do after Michael Geisler allowed 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 earned run. In the top of the 3rd, 3 walks so far for Geisler across 3 innings. The control, a tad bit of an issue as we're locked in the tie ball game. A shortened 7-inning game as the makeup game from June 5th was concluded earlier, a 5-4 Pioneers victory, who are 2-0 against the first place Newark Pilots to start 2025. 2-1 breaking ball from Burkholder, misses outside to Fanovich. 3 balls and a strike the count to Dylan. Fastball outside corner for a called strike 2. Fanovich was beginning to depart the batter's box. Didn't necessarily agree with that call. Home plate umpire claiming that it was over the outside corner. Dylan batting .212 on the season. Looking to get things going as he takes ball 4 there. A breaking ball low and away, so a wise take from the Pioneers center fielder. He's aboard to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. And it'll turn it back over to the top of the batting order in Aiden Grabowski, who's red hot. Grabowski batting .323 across 10 games, 9 starts on the season, 10 hits, 3 extra base hits, and 8 RBIs. Ready on ready matchup, Burkholder comes set from the left side. Medium-sized lead for Fanovich off of first. And the first offering to Grabowski. Fanovich takes off on a bunt. Beautifully placed down the 3rd base line. Let's see if it stays fair. Yes, it does! What a bunt from Aiden Grabowski, who turns and emphatically raises his arms to the Pioneers dugout in jubilation. A beautifully placed bunt by Grabowski, and the Pios, just like that, are set up 1st and 2nd with nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd. For TJ Grimesti, 3 extra base hits, a homer, and 10 RBIs for Grimesti, batting .450 on the season. Fanovich off his 2nd with nobody out. And Grabowski's off the 1st. Corners are in, middle infield at double play depth. Righty and righty matchup, kicking and firing from the left side of the rubber is Burkholder. This is outside for ball 1. 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors for the Pilots. 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for your Pioneers. 1-0 to Grimesti. A high fly ball to deep center field. Going back is Goodness. Settles under the warning track, makes the catch. Fatovich is going to tag. He's heading to third. The throw cut off by Loyal. Comes into third. A step too late as Fatovich gets in ahead of the tag. Loyal made a solid throw to Buteric, cutting it off on the throw from deep left center from Polly Goodness. So a productive first down as Gromesky flies out to deep center. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Grabowski stays put at first. Fatovich up to third. And John Simmons will come to the plate. Simmons popped up to the shortstop Loyal in the bottom of the first. 0 for 1 in the ball game, batting .321 on the season. 9 hits, team leader in extra base hits with 5. Looking to do more damage here and put Elmira back in the driver's seat. As a snap throw back to the first base bag, not in time. Burkholder attempting to nab Grabowski. We've seen Aiden definitely take his risks. 2 stolen bases in the top of the 7th inning yesterday. Attempted to steal home against Newark's lefty, John Lucas Sanchez, as he's off at first here. Got a 12-foot lead. Dives back in ahead of the throw again. A couple boos raised here from the Dunn Field crowd. Simmons still awaiting his first pitch of the at-bat. Righty on lefty matchup. Fatovich is off at third. Grabowski off at first. Breaking ball low and away. Simmons takes for ball 1. Simmons a scorching .535 on base percentage, a .1071 OPS in his first 11 games in a Pioneer uniform. 1-0 with 1 out. Grabowski takes off for second. The throw down to second. Now coming to the plate is Fatovich. The throw's going to be not in time as it's dropped by the catcher Zeiser, and the Pios lead. So it's a double steal, and Elmira is back in front. It's 3-2. Grabowski leads off a second with 1 out. A run on a hit in the inning. Burkholder's 1-1 offering to Simmons as a fastball high and away. John takes for ball 2. Two and 1 the count with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third. Elmira back in front by a run. Fastball outside corner. Simmons takes for strike 2. Pioneers looking to sweep the doubleheader. Overall 1-1 at their opportunities at sweeping a doubleheader. Had the 3-1 win over Batavia in Game 1 back on June 13th. Lost the nightcap of that doubleheader 15-8. A high fly ball deep down the right field line by Simmons. That's going to hook foul, but what a shot down the line. About 375 feet high and arcing. About 10 to 15 feet right of the foul pole. An absolute torch job from John, who was ahead very early on that inner third breaking ball from Calvin Burkholder. So that ups the ante here with Burkholder's decision. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Grabowski leads off the second. Home half of the third. Elmira back in front by a run. 2-2 from Burkholder to Simmons at the knees. John takes for a call, strike 3. Frozen beautifully on the outer third from Burkholder. As Simmons a couple words for advice as Anthony Angelello steps to the dish. 2 outs here in the home half of the third. The 5th strikeout of the ball game through 2 2/3 innings of work for Calvin Burkholder, who launches Grabowski off a second with 2 outs, Grabowski, and fires a fastball inside. 1-0 the count. To the left-handed hitting Anthony Manganiello. Anthony, an RBI set fly in the bottom of the first. (1-0), breaking ball inside. 2-0 to Manganiello. 2-0, fastball blown away, 3 balls and no strikes. Manganiello exhibiting a calm, patient approach at the plate. After Manganiello, it'll be Cooper Smith, who had an RBI single at the bottom of the first. .3-0, fastball high and away, ball 4 to Manganiello. So Grabowski's off the second, Manganiello off the first, and the opportunity for Cooper Smith to thrive in his element per usual. It's Cooper Smith to step to the dish with the Pios ahead by a run and 2 outs, home half of the third. 7 RBIs on the season for Smith. 3 behind the team leader in TJ Gramesti with 10. Righty and righty matchup, Burkholder fires ball 1 outside. Some positive encouragement from whoever that is here in the stands at Dunn Field. A nice crowd on hand on this Saturday evening. 1-0, it's a double steal. Grabowski takes off for third, and Manganiello for second, and both slide in. As Grabowski went head first in ahead of the tag, the throw came into third from the catcher Zeiser to Butera. Another stolen base for Grabowski. He's got 3 in his last 2 ball games. It'll be a 2-0 count, 2 runners in scoring position now for Smith. Outfield is playing deep, so a single scores 2 runs for Elmira. From Burkholder to Smith. Fastball, nubbed off the end of the bat, shallow right field, and it's cutting over the first baseman in Wooten, the call on the catch to end the bottom of the third. For the Pioneers, a run and a hit, no errors, this train 2 runners on base. We'll head to the 4th, Pioneers ahead by a run here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers ahead 3-2 as we enter the top half of the 4th inning. It'll be Nick DiGiacomo, Alex Wooten, and Anthony Hector to step to the dish for Newark. Pioneers went ahead by a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning, courtesy of a double steal as Fadich came to the plate when Grabowski stole second. I'll correct myself from an error I made an inning earlier. 4 stolen bases now for Grabowski in the last 2 ball games as he stole second and then stole third. Nothing in 1 to count as Geisler fires called strike and breaking ball check swing. Did DeGiacomo go around? Yes, he did, says the field umpire. Nothing in 2. For the Pilots, 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Bios. 2-2, fastball just misses for ball 3 at the letters. One, 2 with nobody out. Fastball outside corner, called strike 3. Froze to Giacomo for out number 1. So it's caught looking second strikeout of the ball game through 3 1/3 for Geisler. 1 out, the base is empty in the top of the 4th, and it'll be Alex Wooten to come to the plate. First pitch. Off the plate for ball 1. A high pop-up. Left side of the infield. Grabowski calls off the third baseman Simmons. It's Grabowski for out number 2. So 2 quick counts for Geisler here in the visitors' half of the 4th inning. And it'll be Anthony Hector to come to the plate. Righty and lefty matchup with 2 outs. Hector stands in, and the fastball just misses Anthony's ball 1. Fastball just misses again from Geisler. 2-0 the count. Here's Geisler's 2-0. Breaking ball, low to dirt. 3-0 the count. Geisler fires, fastball outside corner, called strike 1. Hector in his second at-bat of the game. Check swing, inside corner is move point, called strike 2. Giacomo struck out looking to begin the inning. Wooten popped up to the shortstop Grabowski. It'll be a full count from Geisler to Hector, and he rolls it on the ground to first. There's Brooks Hicken, and that completes a clean 1-2-3 top half of the 4th inning. Down go the Pilots. No runs and no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We'll take it to the bottom of the 4th. Elmira ahead by a run here on Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Elmira as we get you set for the home half of the fourth inning. It'll be Ty Martineau to step to the plate. Martineau followed by Wagner and Hicken in the home half for Elmira. As Martineau takes a ball low and away. 1-0 the count. Martineau slaps it hard, past first and down the right field line. Ty makes the turnaround first base in to retrieve quickly as Wensley, who will fire back in. It's a leadoff single for Martineau, who continues to expand upon that .304 batting average 8 games into the season for him. So Martineau, who struck out swinging against Burkholder in the first inning, now singles, and the Newark bullpen begins to get slightly warm. It's the right-handed hitting Carl Wagner with a runner on and nobody out. First pitch to Wagner is a called strike. A dive back to the bag, and Pilots thought they had Martineau at first base, ended up not getting him. So it'll be an 0-1 count with nobody out. Martineau, a 12-foot lead off first. And the breaking ball lined into left field for a base hit by Wagner. Martineau will make the turn and stop at second base. 2 hits in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Pioneers with nobody out, as Martineau will be off a second, Wagner off a first, and that'll bring up the lefty swinging Brooks Hicken to the dish. Here comes Brooks Hicken. Digs in from the left side, squares to bunt, drops one down foul, and it grazed the home plate umpire. Oh, no. Never want to see that happen. Umpire backs away both the Pilots and the Pioneers. Oh, man, you don't want to see that happen. Umpire's going to shake it off a little bit. I'm assuming it trickled off the catcher Zeiser's glove. As Marcus Smith and Andy Drum both convene with the plate umpire and ask him, hey, are you okay? So it seems as if the umpire will shake that off. Gets a nice ovation here from the crowd, as Hicken will dig back in. So it'll be an 0-1 count with nobody out. Brooks in the ball game 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the bottom of the second inning. Squares to bunt here, takes fastball outside, 1-1 the count. So it's a 1-1 to Hicken with nobody out, bottom of the fourth inning. Martineau leads off a second, Wagner off a first. Pioneers 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. For Newark, 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Righty on lefty matchup, 1-1 pitch. And the breaking ball inside. Brooks wisely pulls the bat back and takes 2 balls and a strike. Some action getting going now in the Newark bullpen. It's Warner Gearhart, the left-handed pitcher, getting loose for the Pilots, who are in jeopardy of potentially losing a 3rd consecutive ball game to the Pios. There's a bunt laid down by Hicken. Burkholder's only plays at first base. Throws it low in the dirt, and it skips off the glove of the first baseman Wooten, but stopping at third base is Martineau. So it'll be an E1 on the pitcher Burkholder. Pioneers will take it. They have the bases loaded with nobody out. So 2 hits and an error in the inning set up the Pioneers. It'll be Liam O'Neill. And we know for O'Neill, he's itching for an offensive situation like this. Batting .105 across 7 games, 19 at-bats on the season for O'Neill. 2 RBIs. Great opportunity to drive in a multitude of them here. Middle infield's back corners are in with the Pios ahead a run. Bases loaded, bottom of the 4th inning with nobody out, and O'Neill takes the breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike. The entire infield comes in now. The 0-1 to O'Neill with nobody out. Inside corner called, strike 2. O'Neill takes the soft changeup over the inner third from Burkholder, steps back out for a moment to collect himself, and now we'll dig back in. It'll be an 0-2 with nobody out. Burkholder sets and delivers and just getting a piece to stay alive. Dribbling it back to the screen is O'Neill. Martineau leads off a third. Wagner off a second. Hicken off a first. It's Dylan Fatovich rounding out the Elmira batting order this evening. Awaits on deck. .0-2. Swing and a miss. Soft changeup. O'Neill cuts it into the glove of Zeisser. He's retired for out number 1. So here comes Dylan Fatovich. He digs in from the left side of the plate. Middle infield now moves back to double play depth. Righty on lefty matchup with 1 out. Burkholder sets and fires. Fastball high and away. 1-0 the count to Dylan, who walked in his first plate appearance in the bottom of the 3rd. The 1-0. Fatovich, a slow dribbler. First base side foul, 1-1. One and one the count with 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers with a run lead, trying to expand upon it here. Pios looking for what would be their 4th consecutive victory. Their 3rd consecutive at Dunn Field. 1-1 off the plate. 2-1 the count. Pioneers are 7-1 in their last 8 ball games, trying to make it 8-1 with a win here tonight. Breaking ball misses off the plate. 3-1 the count now to Fatovich. Look to see if Dylan gets a fastball from Burkholder. Gearhart continues to get loose in the Pilots bullpen. Burkholder comes sent, working out of the windup with the bases loaded. Left side of the rubber, deals in the 3-1, fouled. Almost back here into the booth. It'll be a payoff pitch with nobody out. So it'll be a payoff pitch to Fatovich with 1 out. Burkholder attempting to pull a Houdini act. Got the first out and a strikeout of Liam O'Neill. And time is called. Fatovich takes a moment to collect himself. Payoff pitch on the way. A swing and a miss. A slow changeup over the inside corner that Fatovich cuts through. That's been the bread and butter all evening of Burkholder. He has 6 strikeouts in the ballgame through 3 2/3. And it'll be Aiden Grabowski at the top of the Pios batting order to come to the plate. Grabowski 2 for 2 in the game. A single in the bottom of the 1st, came around to score. Also in the bottom of the 3rd. An infield hit on a bunt, was stranded on second base. He'll bat with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Burkholder with 2 consecutive strikeouts, attempts to get out of the inning. First pitch and it drills Grabowski, so that's a run for the Pios. Grabowski slams his bat down in frustration. Can't imagine there was anything intentional with that, as much as it's more just the fact that Aiden wanted to stand in the batter's box and hit. As he jogs down the first base line, a run comes in to score, and Elmira leads 4-2. So a painful RBI for Grabowski. Got drilled down in the wallet area. A run on 2 hits and an error in the home half of the fourth. Pios now lead by 2. And TJ Gramesti comes to the plate. Righty on righty matchup for the Pioneers RBI leader with 2 outs. Burkholder kicks and fires in the slow changeup tapped foul. Up against the first base dugout by Gramesti, 0-1 the count. A swing and a miss. Gramesti cutting through the slow breaking ball at the knees, 0-2. Burkholder looking to get out of the fourth, and now coming to the plate and scoring is Wagner on a ball that got away from the catcher, Zeiser, so the Pioneers will take advantage of it as Wagner crosses the plate, Hicken up to third, Grabowski to second on the pass ball, 1-2 count, and Elmira now leads 5-2. So it'll be a 1-2 with 2 outs to the right-handed hitting Gramesti. Hicken leads off a third, Grabowski off a second. The breaking ball hammered, deep left field. On the run is Boussard at the warning track. He can't make the play. It's up against the wall. Hicken scores. Grabowski scores. It's a 2-run double for TJ Gramesti, and the Pios have blown it wide open. They now lead 7-2. So the 2-run double's going to knock Calvin Burkholder out of the ball game, as that was a real tough play for Louis Boussard to make. Both Hicken and Grabowski come in to score to highlight a 4-run bottom of the fourth for Elmira, in which they register 3 hits and cause Burkholder to get into some self-inflicted wounds. We'll take a short timeout. New pitcher coming into the ball game with Elmira ahead by 5 here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. John Simmons steps to the plate with 2 outs in the home half of the fourth inning. Elmira's ahead 7-2. Courtesy of the 2-run double deep down the left field line from DJ Grimesti. He stands off a second with nobody out. New pitcher in the ballgame, it's Warren Gearhart, who delivers a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike. Gearhart, the sophomore at Oberlin College, pitched to a 1-1 record and a 7.24 ERA across 9 appearances. Struck out 20 batters in 27 2/3 innings pitched. Breaking ball misses low and away. So 1-1 to count to Simmons with two outs. 4 runs on 3 hits, home in the bottom of the 4th. One, a swing and a miss, breaking ball. Simmons cuts through it over the outer half. One and 2 the count. Gearhart comes set. From the left side of the rubber, rocks and fires, and the breaking ball misses low and away. 2 and 2. Final line as of now in the ball game for Calvin Burkholder. He goes 3 2/3. Gives up 7 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Lefty on lefty matchup. 2 and 2 the count to Simmons, and a swing and a miss. John chases the breaking ball down and in as Gearhart retires him for the final out of the inning. But for the Pioneers, they could care less. 4 runs on 3 hits, an error, and a runner stranded on base. We'll take it to the 5th. Elmira ahead 7-2 on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers ahead by a run as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. 5 runs, that is, for Elmira. A 1-2-3 top of the 4th for Michael Geisler, who looks sharp. He'll deal with 9, 10, and 1 in the Newark quarter here in the 5th inning. It'll be Zeisser, the catcher, followed by Boussard, the left fielder, and Goodness, the center fielder. As Geisler misses inside with a fastball, 1-0 the count. To the right-handed hitting catcher, flew out to left field in the top of the second. His last trip to the plate. Geisler fires a fastball off the outside corner, 2-0. Pioneers with a 4-run bottom of the fourth on 3 hits. 2 singles to open up the fourth off the bat of Ty Martineau, who's been steady Eddie at the plate all season. Carl Wagner with a nice hit. Brooks Hicken reaches on an E1. 2 straight strikeouts. It looked like Newark might have gotten out of the woods at that point, but then Aiden Grabowski gets plunked, and the free pass leads to a 2-run double, rocketed off the bat of TJ Grimesti deep down the left field line, which scored 2 runs. John Simmons then struck out to end the fourth, so the strikeout's certainly not a problem for both Calvin Burkholder and Warren Gearhart now in the game. Pioneers bullpen starting to slowly get active as a 3-1 count. A check swing. Zeisser got fooled on that one. They call it the old sword. A swing and a miss. It'll be a full count pitch with nobody out. A payoff pitch, grounded foul. So Zeisser stays alive. Zeisser originally with the Geneva Red Wings, getting traded over to the Newark Pilots just a couple days ago. Payoff pitch on the way with nobody out. Geisler comes set right side of the rubber, rocks and fires a line drive into right field. It hangs up for TJ Grimesti, who puts it away for out number 1 in the inning. It's 2 sharp fly balls off the bat of Zeisser, one to the left fielder Smith, and the other out to Grimesti in right. 1 out and the base is empty. Pio's ahead by 5, with 8 defensive outs to record in the ball game. It'll be Louis Boussard, left fielder, to come to the plate. Boussard at Abilene Christian University from Louisville, Texas, takes a called strike. Fastball at the letters, 0-1. Boussard, a .265 batting average at Abilene Christian. He grounds this one up the middle, almost took the head off of Geisler, who had to duck out of the way. Out of the extended reach of both the second baseman O'Neill and the shortstop Grabowski. Throw comes back in from Fadovich to O'Neill, holding Boussard to a 1-out single. And that turns it back over to the top of the batting order in Paulie Goodness. Only the 3rd hit of the ball game through 4 1/3 innings of work for Michael Geisler, who's held his own quite nice. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts in the ball game for Mike so far. Across 4 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Pios leads 7-2 on this beautiful Saturday night from Dunn Field. So it'll be Goodness to bat from the right side with 1 out. Short lead off of first base for Boussard. Righty on righty matchup. Kicking and firing to Goodness as Geisler in the breaking ball catches the inner third for a called strike 1. If Geisler gets through the 5th inning of work, he could be possibly eligible for victory, should the Pios hang on to this relatively comfortable 5-run advantage. Snap throw back to first. Oh-1. Breaking ball cut on and missed into the catcher's glove of Manganiello for strike 2. Oh-2 with 1 out. Taken off for second. Boussard fouled back to the stanchion by Goodness. Rolls back out onto the field. Back to Manganiello, who retrieves it. So nothing into the count to Goodness with 1 out. Pios middle infield's at double play depth, outfield at medium depth. Simmons 10 feet behind the bag and 10 feet to the left of third. And Hicken holds on Boussard at first. Another snap throw back to first to check on Boussard. Dives back in head first safely ahead of the tag. Geisler rolling along nicely, as we alluded to. Only 3 hits across 4 1/3. Second start for the right-hander out of Peabody, Massachusetts, who fires a fastball high and away. 1-2 the count. As you could hear the strikeout horn there you hear at Boston Red Sox games, almost trying to manifest a strikeout here from our press box crew. Every player on this Pioneer squad, as that throw was close, Hicken almost thought he had nabbed Broussard at the first base bag. But every player gets to choose a sound or noise or music that is ubiquitous with them. And for some of the players who hail or have family hailing from the Boston region, finish that story in a second as a breaking ball in the dirt. Taken off for second and stealing the bag successfully is Broussard as he advances into scoring position with one out. But every player gets to have a sound or walk-up song. That belongs to them. For Michael Geisler and pitchers alike, you don't have a walk-up song when you come to the mound every inning, so you got to have something. So for Michael Geisler and Brendan Hayes, two rabid Boston Red Sox fans on this Pioneer squad, they go with the strikeout whistle that plays every time an opposing batter gets struck out against a Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. 2-2 with one out, and the breaking ball misses outside. We'll have to wait to hear that noise. At least one more pitch here. The important priority, though, is Goodness being retired. Pioneers in pretty good spirits with a 5-run advantage. Although you don't want to take any lead for granted, especially against this Newark squad. You had a 7-run lead yesterday, and rather 10-run lead, and Newark had a 7-run inning, cutting the deficit to 3. This one grounded back up the middle, out of the outstretched reach of Grasky into center field. Rounding third and coming to the plate and scoring is Broussard. No throw in from the center fielder Fatovich, and it's an RBI single off the bat of Goodness, and now Newark trails 7-3. So a run on 2 hits in the inning. 1 out, and the Pioneers holding a 4-run lead. Still no sign of a move made yet from manager Andy Drum. As now Eric Burkhan, Pioneers pitching coach, will come out to the mound. The Elmira Pioneers would like to thank some of our great sponsors in this 2025 season, including Absolute Care of Three Rivers, AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Sports, Al's Leasing, Ann's Pancakes, Blaze Brockway Contracting, Buckley's Automotive, Bully Hill Vineyard, CAF USA, Centralis Health, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung County AG Promotions, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Curran Power Sports, Dandy Mini Marts, Dr. Susan Minchin DDS, Elmira Chevy, Elmira Heat Treating, Elmira Impact, Finger Lakes FCU, FM Howell, Glovehouse, Guthrie, Hesselson's, Hilliard, Jubilee, Just in Time, Kahuna's, Kennedy Value M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, Ma's Cheesy Dreams, McDonald's, Myers, RV Nucor, Papa John's, Pathways, Pizza Hut, Red Robin, Rodney J. Strange, Saratoga Eagle, Save-A-Lot, ServiceMaster, ServPro, ServView, Credit Union, Shedden's Wholesale, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning, U.S. Army, Vasco Brands, Visions Federal Credit Union, Ward Manufacturing, Wegmans, Weiss, Well Now Urgent Care, Wilbur Auto, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Top of the 5th inning with 1 out. Pios ahead 7-3. Righty on ready matchup. It's Cooper Loyal. Goodness takes off for second on a high pop. Searching for it is Manganiello, the catcher. Comes back here up against the screen, out of play. 0-1. Bullpen continuing to get loose for the Pioneers. It's Gio Valerio getting warm for Elmira. 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Pilots. 7 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for Elmira. Oh, 1. Just takes off for second. Fastball outside. Throw down to second from Manganiello is a beautiful one. 1 hop right to the second base bag. O'Neill couldn't apply the tag. So it'll be a 1-1 count. And Goodness will advance into scoring position. 1-1. Fastball or breaking ball, check that in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. After Loyal, it'll be Noah Brooks and then Christian Butera. 2-1 count with 1 out. It's Birch, kicks and fires a high fly ball to deep right. Grimesti goes back, settles under it. Goodness will tag. Grimesti makes the catch. The throw headed towards third. It's on line, but it pulls Simmons just a couple feet off the bag right at the very end. And sliding into third safely ahead of the throw was Polly Goodness. So a productive out for Cooper Loyal. He advances his teammate Goodness 90 feet away, and that'll bring up Noah Brooks. Geisler fires with 2 outs, and the fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1 to Brooks. Geisler trying to complete 5 innings of 3-run ball. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a called strike 2. Nothing in 2 with 2 outs. Pios ahead by 4 runs. Geisler kicks and fires a swing and a miss with a breaking ball to end the top of the 5th inning. So in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner stranded on base. We've played 4.5 in Elmira. The Pios ahead by 4 here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers lead 7-3 as we enter the home half of the 5th inning. It'll be the middle third in the Elmira order. Anthony Manganiello stepping to the plate. A high fly ball deep to right field. Down the line, hooking towards the corner. It's going to be caught up against the wall from Casey Wensley for a long first out. Manganiello giving it a nice ride. Nonetheless, it results in 1 pitch, 1 out in the home half of the 5th. So it's Cooper Smith to come to the plate. Lefty and righty matchup, base is empty. Elmira with a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Kicking and firing is Gearhart to Smith, and the fastball misses off the plate. 1-0 the count. Cooper in the ball game. 1 for 2, an RBI single and a pop-up to first. 1-0, fastball at the top of the zone. Cooper takes above the letters. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball outside corner, called strike 1. It'll be a 2-1 to Smith. Lefty on righty matchup, breaking ball. Above the zone, 3-1 the count. Good hitters count here for Smith. We'll see if he sits dead red. Gearhart comes left side of the rubber, rocks and fires, and the breaking ball is low and away, missing for ball 4 to Smith. So here comes Ty Martineau. Martineau 1 for 2 in the ball game, a single to lead off the bottom of the 4th. He came around to score one of the 4 Pioneer runs in the inning. Lefty on lefty matchup, first plate appearance of the ball game for Martineau against Gearhart. Short lead for Smith off of first with 1 out. Gearhart kicks and fires a fastball right down Broadway for a called strike 1. Oh, 1. Breaking ball misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. One fastball lined down the right field line. It's going to be fair, just inside the foul line. Smith advances first to third, and now the bobble is made by the right fielder Wensley. Smith's going to come around. He's coming to the plate. The throw home, not in time. Smith scores, and the Pios lead 8-3. So another hit for Ty Martineau. A run on a hit and an error in the inning, and Elmira is back in front by 5 here in the 5th. So here comes Carl Wagner. He'll step in from the right side. 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors for the Pilots. 8 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Pioneers. Lefty on righty matchup, Wagner singled in his last trip to the plate, also came around to score in the 4th. Martineau, a big lead. He's taken off for third. Breaking ball inside. Throw to third from Zeiser, not in time. Ty with the wheels gets in safely, and he's 90 feet away. One 0 with 1 out. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. 2-0. Wagner batting .250 entering tonight's ball game. .688 on base OPS. Good eye for Carl as he takes another one there. 3 balls and no strikes. Should Wagner reach base, it would be the lefty hitting first baseman Brooks Hicken, who reached on a throwing error and came around to score. The pitcher Burkholder in the bottom of the 4th. 3-1 the count as Wagner takes the inside fastball for a called strike. Pioneers looking to build upon their 5-run lead. Swing and a miss by Wagner. Slow changeup from Gerhardt over the outside corner. 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch on the way. Wagner, a drive into the left center field gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Coming in to score easily is Martineau. Making the turn and heading for second is Wagner. He'll get in there safely with a double, and Elmira now leads by 6. So the second hit of the ball game for Wagner. Martineau comes in to score. 2 runs on 2 hits and an error in the home half of the 5th. Elmira leads 9-3. So here's Hicken a bat from the left side. Brooks looking to do some damage with a runner in scoring position. Takes the breaking ball over the outside corner for a called strike. A swing and a miss. Breaking ball over the outer edge. Brooks shaking his head. 0-2 the count. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. Wagner feeling good after that RBI double, was scampering towards third, about 20 feet off the bag. Zeisser shielded it in front of him, so no advancement on the play. 1-2 the count. Pioneers 9 runs on 9 hits through 4 1/3 against 2 combined Pilots pitchers. The righty Burkholder and now the lefty Gerhardt, who fires high on the 1-2 offering. 2-2 the count. One look at second from Gerhardt, who fires in a swing and a miss from Hicken. He's down for out number 2. Second strikeout of the ball game for Brooks. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Liam O'Neill. Taking off for third is Wagner. High fastball. Throw down to third. Not in time. A stolen base for Carl. So good job reading the inner half breaking ball there to O'Neill. As Wagner took off and got into third. Well ahead of the throw, so 1-0 the count. With 2 outs, another run for the Pios, 90 feet away. It's O'Neill, 2 strikeouts in the ball game. Breaking ball off the outside corner. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the pike from Gerhardt. O'Neill cuts through it. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Home half of the 5th inning. Pios enjoying a comfortable 6-run lead. The 2-1 to O'Neill. And the breaking ball, a high pop-up behind third base, ranging over and foul grounds. It's Butera. Settles under it and puts it away for the final out of the inning. For the Pioneers, 2 more runs on 2 hits, an error, and a runner left on base. We'll take it to the 6th. Elmira ahead by 6. Here are the Pioneers Baseball Network. 9-3, the Pios lead. New pitcher in the ball game. It's going to be the left-hander Giovanni Valerio. Michael Geisler's final line in the ball game: 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs on 3 earned, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts, pitching to a 2 ERA on the season. Valerio comes in pitching to a 7.36 ERA. As Gio, no record to his name just yet across 3 appearances. 3 2/3 innings pitched, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts, pitching to an opposing batting average of .214. Pioneers in firm command. They have a 6-run lead. As we enter the top of the 6th, it's Christian Butera in the cleanup role tonight for the Pilots to lead things off. Takes a ball high and away, 1-0. And Valerio kicks and fires. Fastball just below the knees. Ball 2. Two-0 with nobody out. Fastball inside corner for a called strike. So 2-1 the count to Butera. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded into a fielder's choice, or rather, fielder's choice and a walk. As he takes the fastball for a called strike. 2-2 the count. Pioneers will travel to Jamestown tomorrow to take on the Tarp Skunks from Russell Dietrich Park. We'll have all your live coverage on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Still waiting for confirmation time for when those doubleheaders kick off. 2-2, breaking ball misses just inside. Valerio wanted the corner, unable to get it. 3-2 the count to Butera. Valerio comes set, kicks and fires. Fastball fouled back. It'll be Butera followed by Wensley and DiGiacomo, middle third, in the Pilots' order to come to the plate here in the 6th. Payoff pitch from Valerio, breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. Butera is frozen at the knees, 1 out. So a backdoor breaking ball catches Butera looking. And with 1 out and the base is empty, it'll bring up the left-handed hitting right fielder Casey Wensley. Valerio sets and rocks from the left side of the rubber. And the floating breaking ball misses high and in tight. 1-0 the count. Pioneers lead 9-3 here in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Looking to go their second consecutive doubleheader, sweeping both ball games. Fastball misses high. 2-0 the count to Wensley. In the ball game, Wensley has hit 2 ground balls to shortstop. 2-0 with 1 out. Fastball misses off the plate. 3-0. With 1 out. Fastball in there for a called strike. After Wensley, it's DiGiacomo, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game. 3-1. This one lined at second base. It's Liam O'Neill putting it away for out number 2. So one University of Bridgeport ball player helping out another there. As Valerio has 2 outs and the base is empty for Nick DiGiacomo. Valerio fires a breaking ball high. 1-0 the count. One O's inside, taken for ball 2. DiGiacomo in the extra hitter role tonight. The sophomore at Franklin and Marshall University. 2-0 from Valerio. Catches the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. 2-1 the count. A nice Saturday evening it has turned to here at Dunn Field. 2-1 with 2 outs. Valerio spins in a breaking ball for a called strike. A stare back from DiGiacomo. Guess he felt like that might have been a little bit inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count with 2 outs. Valerio attempted to complete a 1-2-3 top of the 6th, and he's going to do it. A breaking ball, a swing and a miss from DiGiacomo, and that'll do it. The side is retired. No runs and no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We'll take it to the home half of the 6th. Elmira ahead by 6 here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. The Pioneers lead 9-3 as we head to the home half of the 6th inning. It'll be the 10-1-2 in the Elmira order, due up against Warren Gearhart, the lefty who fires a ball low and away. Want to know the count to Dylan Fadovich. It'll be Fadovich followed by Grabowski and Gramesti. In the bottom of the 6th, Fadovich rolls it past the diving first baseman Wooten into right field for a base hit. Wensley comes into field. It's a leadoff single for Fadovich, who's reached base 2 out of 3 times in the ball game. He's 1 for 2 now with that single. 4th consecutive inning with at least a hit for the Pioneers. So here comes Aiden Grabowski with nobody out. Grabowski's reached base in all 3 plate appearances. Grabowski with 2 hits and a hit by pitch. Digs in from the right side against the lefty Gearhart. Wide lead for Fadovich off of first with nobody out, and the fastball inside. Want to know the count. Aiden looking to steadily improve upon that .310 batting average in which he entered today with. Was at 150 a couple days ago, but a stunt offensive jolt has remedied those numbers for Grabowski as he takes the fastball outside. 2-0 the count. Gearhart comes set, left side of the rubber, spins a breaking ball high. Aiden takes 3 balls and no strikes. It'll be a 3-0 count to the second-year returner out of Avon Lake, Ohio. Fastball outside corner for a called strike. Grabowski in a good hitter's count, though. We'll see if going breaking ball on a 3-1 pitch. Like he's gone many of times in relief is Gearhart. There's no one warming up in the Newark bullpen. Pioneers bullpen's getting loose. That's Sam Watts. Breaking ball, called strike on the inside corner. Throw down to second base. It's a stolen base for Fatovich. He slides in ahead of the throw. So Dylan with the good wheels gets into scoring position. There'll be a full count offering on the way to Grabowski with nobody out. Outfield's at medium depth. Infield plays back with Elmira ahead by 6. It'll be a payoff pitch to the Pios leadoff hitter with nobody out, and the breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. Grabowski down swinging. Well, with how torrid that pace was from Grabowski in the last 3 ball games, he had reached base dating back to Thursday night in what was 7 of his last 9 plate appearances. And he strikes out swinging there. It's Grabowski with 1 out. And Fatovich is off a second. Gearhart's lasted an inning and 2/3 so far. Surrendered 2 earned runs. Delivers a breaking ball high and away. 1-0 the count to Grabowski. Pioneers with a win advance to 10-5 on the season, which could put them in first place in the PGCPL Western Division. Fastball misses low and in. 2-0 the count. Grabowski takes high above the letters. 3 balls and no strikes. Fastball catches the outside corner. Called strike to Grabowski. It'll be a 3-1 with 1 out. Lefty on righty matchup. Grabowski in the ball game. 2 for 3, a double in the first. Came around to score a 2-run double in the third. Called strike on the inside corner. TJ watches the fastball. And it's a full count with 1 out. 2 errors, shall I say, committed by the Pilots. An error committed by the Pios. At least 1 error in every ball game for Elmira this season. The trend continues. This one grounded sharply to the backhand side of shortstop Loyal. The long throw across the diamond. The stretch not in time. Grabowski's got wheels and he beat it out. Despite the outstretched reach of Wooten, a valiant effort pieced together by the tandem of both Cooper Loyal, the shortstop, and the first baseman Alex Wooten, but Grabowski too hot to handle. That's an infield single. He's 3 for 4 in the ball game. 2 hits for the Pios in the inning, and they'll look to expand upon their 2-run advantage with John Simmons at the plate. 1 out here in the home half of the 6th. It'll be Fatovich off a second, Grabowski off a first. Lefty on lefty matchup. Gearhart comes set. 1 look at Fatovich off a second. Spins a breaking ball high. 1-0 the count to John. Pioneers at least 3 straight hits, or 3 straight innings with 2 or more hits, as Simmons awaits a 1-0 with 1 out. Gearhart comes set, and the breaking ball in there for a called strike. The 1-1 with 1 out to John Simmons. Breaking ball swung on and missed over the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Simmons in the ball game 0 for 3. Strikeout swinging in the 4th, looking in the 3rd, and a pop-up to the shortstop Loyal in the bottom of the 1st. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Gearhart kicks and fires. A breaking ball popped up, and that could end the inning. Behind first base, it's going to be Wooten. The call, he puts it away. Fire back to second base. Getting back in time is Fatovich. Grabowski gets back to first. So another pop-up off the bat of John Simmons. It's put away by the first baseman Wooten on the P3. So 2 outs, still a 6-run lead for the Pios, and 2 runners on. Anthony Manganiello in the cleanup role. comes to the plate for the Pios. Manganiello rocketed a fly ball deep down the right field line, out of play. But some serious potential to do damage. He's got a runner in scoring position for him. First offering with 2 outs, and Manganiello fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1. Breaking ball spun outside in the dirt. 1 ball and a strike. Pioneers enjoyed a 4-run bottom of the 4th. Had a 3-2 lead, expanded it to 7-2. Michael Geisler eligible for victory. Gio Valerio came in the 6th. Another double steal attempt inside. Throw down to third is in time, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. And Fadovich knew it. He came off the bag immediately. So for the Pioneers, they score no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they strain 2 runners on base. Last chance for the Pilots with the Pios ahead by 6 on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Nine to 3, your Elmira Pioneers lead as the Pioneers look to close out their 9th ball game in their last 11. 9 runs on 11 hits for the Pioneers as they lead the Pilots 9 to 3. Gio Valerio taking the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count with nobody out. It's the right-handed hitting Alex Wooten. Takes inside for ball 2. Check that, a pinch hitter now in the ball game for Wooten. It's Liam Wagner out of Emerson College. 2 balls and a strike the count to Wagner with nobody out. As Valerio comes set, rocks and fires from the left side of the rubber, fastball in the dirt. Sputtered in on the catcher Manganiello, 3-1 with nobody out. Fastball low and in, so a 4-pitch walk to Wagner. That'll bring up the second baseman, Anthony Hector. Hector in the ball game. 0 for 1, grounded out to Hicken at first. Walked in the second. Runner off of first, that's Wagner. Hicken holds him on. And Valerio's going to check on him over at first. 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors for the Pilots. 9 runs on 11 hits and 1 error for your Pioneers. Valerio comes set and fires. Fastball inside, 1-0. Hector on the season batting .297 across 11 games. 11 hits, 3 extra base hits, and 9 RBIs. Takes the breaking ball inside. 2-0 the count. Valerio, high throw over to Hicken at first, keeping an eye closely on Wagner. Grounded hard into left field for a base hit. So the first 2 runners on here in the top of the 7th inning as a single off the bat of Hector. First hit since the 5th inning for Newark. Pios in the bottom of the 6th inning had 2 runners on, weren't able to expand upon their lead. For Warner Gearhart, he goes 2 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. It'll be Parker Zeiser, the catcher, to come to the plate. As Valerio comes set left side of the rubber. Wagner leads off a second, Hector off a first, nobody out, and Gio fires a fastball over the inner third for a called strike. Sam Watts continues to get loose in the Pioneers bullpen. The 0-1 with nobody out. Breaking ball just misses inside, 1-1. Fastball in the dirt. Good stop there by Manganiello. 2 balls and a strike. Valerio steps off the rubber. He'll come back on. For Valerio, he's got an inning of work so far. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. 5 batters faced. For the Bayside New York native, Roxon fires the 2-1. Breaking ball inside. Check swing. Appeal with the field umpire. He says swing. No, he did not. So 3-1 the count. As Valerio comes set. Left side of the rubber, kicks and fires, and the fastball's just high for ball 4. 2 walks in the inning issued by Valerio. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in an inning plus. As Eric Burkhan will come out to the mound, and it looks like he's going to make a pitching change for Sam Watts. 9-3 the Pios lead, top of the 7th. Bases are loaded for the Pilots with nobody out. And in potential danger that it could be another inning like yesterday. Eric Burkhan's going to make a pitching change. Valerio comes out to a nice round of applause. That'll do it for Valerio's outing. Watts into the ballgame. We'll take a short timeout and come back in just a few short moments on the Pioneers Baseball Network. The Pioneers lead 9-3 over the Newark Pilots. A new pitcher to come into the ballgame for Elmira. It's going to be the right-hander Sam Watts. Watts making his second appearance of the season, pitched only an inning. Gave up 3 hits. 2 runs, 2 earned. On 1 walk, didn't strike out a batter, gave up 2 doubles. Pitched to an opposing batting average of .750, only faced 4 batters. As he'll come on here in the 7th, looking to help lock down a victory for the Pioneers. It'll be Louis Boussard to come to the plate. Following that, the top of the batting order in Paulie Goodness and Cooper Loyal. Boussard in the ball game has grounded out to second base and singled in the top of the 5th. I want to thank all those who tuned in. Live coverage of Pioneers baseball on this Saturday evening from Dunn Field. Pios are back in action tomorrow, taking on Frank Jagoda's Jamestown Tarpskunks and at Russell E. Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. We hope you'll join us for the live coverage on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Righty against lefty matchup. Boussard to round out the batting order. Middle infield will play for the 2 outs. Despite a potential run scoring, it's Wagner off of third, Hector off of second, Zeisser is off of first. First pitch, clips the outside corner for a called strike. Oh, 1 the count with nobody out. Watts sets and fires, breaking ball off the plate, 1-1. One from Watts, fastball, inside corner for a called strike, just south of the letters, 1-2. 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors for the Pilots, 9 runs on 11 hits and 1 error for the Pioneers. 1-2 the count with nobody out. Watts comes set right side of the rubber, kicks and fires, fastball just misses the inside corner. Watts thought he had strike 3. He was taking a couple steps to the left of the mound. Pioneers wanted it. You could hear some oohs and ahs even from up here in the broadcast booth. The gasps of the infield all collectively harmonious in agreement that possibly should have been called the strike 3. Nonetheless, home plate umpire says, come on back. We got a 2-2 count. Watts is smiling about something, so obviously the mood still lighthearted. Spirits are high. Pio's up by 6, but Newark looking to significantly cut into that deficit. 2-2 with nobody out. Fouled off on a high breaking ball in tight to the left-handed hitting Louis Broussard. Two and 2 the count. Watts comes set, right side of the rubber. Kicks and delivers a swing and a miss. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Watts gets Broussard to chase. So that's an important first out at the top of the 7th inning for Sam. All 3 base runners currently Valerio's responsibility, but Watts with the ample opportunity to nullify that. Righty and ready matchup, back to the top of the batting order in Paulie Goodness. First pitch from Watts to Goodness, a fastball in on his hands, jammed in foul territory. Both Watts and the first baseman Hicken give it a look. Goes up against the screen, 0-1 the count. What a Houdini act Sam Watts could play if he doesn't allow a run to score after the bases were loaded with no one out. You appreciate the contributions from Gio Valerio, who turned in a relatively formidable outing. 2 walks on 2 strikeouts, a hit across an inning plus of work. The walks just being a continuous theme that's coming back to hurt Pioneers pitching, specifically in the bullpen at the moment. They'll look to keep fighting to remedy that issue. But if that's one of the deepest of issues you have, which it can be a deep issue for sure, but Pioneers seemingly on their way to a 10-5 record following the conclusion of tonight's ball game. At worst, come at it tomorrow 10-7, which is a third of your way through the season, on pace for a 30-win summer. You're overall in good shape. Just have a couple small things to tweak. Sun is set here over Dunn Field. Just a picturesque Saturday evening. Some winds blowing in from the west. And the weather's cooled off notably from the scorching heat at the peak of the day earlier. 0-1 pitch with one out. A high pop-up. In the middle of the diamond, O'Neill and Grabowski. Grabowski calls and Grabowski catches for out number 2. So the Pilots are down to their final out. It's Cooper Loyal, the shortstop, their last chance. The Pioneers with a chance to go to 3-0 on the season against the against the Newark Pilots. It would be huge. Got a little ahead of myself there. Pios play the Tarp Skunks tomorrow, as I previously alluded to. Pioneers making a nice climb up the league standings right now. 9-5, third place in the West. Only a half game out of first place. On the 10-5, Batavia Muck Dogs. Pilots entered today's ball game in really good shape. 7-3-1, but in danger of dropping their 4th in a row. 5-4-1 in their last 10 ball games. 0-1 the count to Cooper Loyal with 2 outs. Breaking ball swatted down the left field line, foul up against the warning track. 0-2 the count. Watts is smiling. He's a pitch away from salvaging a victory for the Pioneers. Niagara Falls is at 8-6. They've won 1 in a row. They're quote-unquote reeling, 4-6 in their last 10. Still in 5th place, Jamestown at 6th place at 7-7. 6 contending teams for only 4 playoff spots in the West. 0-2 the count. Righty on righty matchup. Watts looking to conclude the ball game. A high fly ball deep to left center field. Both Fatovich and Stark cut over in the gap. It's Fatovich in deep left center who makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Pios lock down a 9-3 victory here at Dunn Field and sweep the doubleheader from the Newark Pilots. Final line in the ball game for Newark: 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. For the Pioneers, 9 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. Michael Geisler picks up the victory, picking up an unfortunate loss is Calvin Burkholder. The Pios are now at 10-5, and as our public address announcer Julia Benton just alluded to, first place in the PGCBL Western Division for the first time this season. Well deserved, as they're now 10-2 in their last 12, 7-3 here at Dunn Field, 3 consecutive victories on home field, and 4 consecutive victories overall. Be sure to tune in tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock p.m. as the Elmira Pioneers take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks from Russell E. Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. Our live pregame coverage will begin with Pios pregame live at 1:45 p.m., following first pitch shortly after 2, and then a doubleheader, game number 2, at 4 o'clock p.m. For now, I'm Farrell Hudson for the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network, saying so long and have a good night. Once again, your final score, the Elmira Pioneers 9, the Newark Pilots 3.